The night I dropped my drunk friend off at home, I thought it would be just another quiet drive, the kind you forget by morning, but before this story ends, it changed the way I see trust, family, and myself, so stay with me until the last moment. And if stories that feel real, emotional, and meaningful matter to you, take 1 second right now to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because it truly helps these stories reach people who need them. It was close to midnight when she called me. Her voice was unsteady, half laughing and half embarrassed, asking if I could pick her up because she'd clearly had more than she planned. We'd been friends for years, nothing romantic, just a quiet understanding between two people who had seen each other at their worst and never judged. I grabbed my keys without hesitation. Some people show up with words, others show up with actions. I wanted to be the second kind. The city looked different at night, softer somehow, as if the darkness forgave the cracks and broken edges. She slumped into the passenger seat, apologizing over and over, promising she'd make it up to me. I told her she didn't owe me anything. Friendship isn't a transaction, it's a choice you make again and again. She rested her head against the window, eyes closed, trusting me completely. That trust weighed heavier than responsibility, it felt sacred. By the time we reached her house, the porch light was already on. I helped her out carefully, making sure she didn't trip. That's when the door opened and her mother stepped out. She wasn't angry or shocked. She looked relieved, grateful. She thanked me for bringing her daughter home safely, and in that moment, I realized how rare it is to be seen as someone dependable, someone safe. Then she said the words that changed everything. "It's late, would you like to stay over?" I froze, not because the offer was strange, but because it carried something deeper: concern, humanity, kindness without conditions. She explained that the roads were empty but dangerous at night, that I looked exhausted, that there was a spare room. No pressure, no hidden meaning, just care. I glanced at my friend, now barely standing, and knew leaving didn't feel right. So I nodded. The guest room was simple, clean, quiet. As I lay there staring at the ceiling, sleep didn't come easily. My mind replayed moments of my life where I had felt invisible, disposable, unimportant. Yet here I was, welcomed into a home not my own, trusted without explanation. It stirred something emotional, something I didn't realize I'd been carrying for years. The next morning, sunlight filled the kitchen as we sat together drinking tea. Her mother spoke about how hard it is to let go as a parent, how every late-night call still tightens her chest with fear. My friend listened quietly, shame mixing with gratitude. There were no arguments, no accusations, just honesty. That moment taught me something powerful. Real care doesn't shout, it listens. Later, my friend thanked me again, this time sober, her eyes serious. She admitted she'd been struggling more than she let on, using laughter and parties to hide how lost she felt. Driving her home hadn't just kept her safe, it had reminded her that someone cared enough to show up. And hearing that, I realized I needed to hear it too. I left that house changed. Not because of drama or romance, but because of something rarer, simple human decency. Sometimes the biggest moments in life don't come with noise or celebration. They arrive quietly, disguised as ordinary nights, and leave you carrying a lesson you didn't know you needed. If this story touched you, if it reminded you of someone who showed up for you when you needed it most, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. These stories are about more than entertainment, they're about connection, compassion, and the small choices that define who we are. And remember this: kindness given freely always finds its way back, often when you least expect it.